I've always thought Garmin made the best watches for working out. But then they started doing a subscription model, and I wasn't really a fan, so now I'm trying this. It's from Suunto, and they've been blowing up lately as one of the most popular sport watches. I tried switching, and I know what you're thinking. How's the watch? Is it better than a Garmin? Is it worth it? And after tons of workouts, I'm gonna break down the pros, the cons, and why I'm starting to question my Garmin loyalty. I'm not gonna lie that I have no idea what to expect here. So this is the Suunto Run, and don't worry, if you're like me that doesn't know anything about Suunto, well, this is their budget-friendly watch at $250 US. But the wild part is that it packs a ton of premium features from their higher-end models. It took me at most 10 minutes to set up. It's super easy. You download the app, you pair your watch to the app, you add your stats, and at this point is where I ran into my first problem that I was rethinking this whole video. So if you're coming from Apple or Garmin, we're kind of spoiled where we can sync our streaming music apps like Spotify, YouTube Music, but with the Suunto watch, it does give you the ability to load MP3s directly onto your watch, but these are MP3 files. Might not be a big deal for you guys, but at least for this weekend, I really wanted my music. But honestly, everything else so far seems pretty solid. It has an AMOLED display, and here for comparison's sake, on my right is a $1,000 premium Garmin, and on my left is a $250-ish budget Garmin. Now look at the Suunto. You can't tell me that the screen doesn't look surprisingly good. And if you haven't noticed, the watch bands are quick release compatible. Plus, in the box, you're getting a nylon band instead of your usual silicone one. Suunto claims that this watch has 12 days of battery life. So let's see if it delivers. Battery life is at 86%. Suunto watch on my left, Garmin on my right. You really can't tell on camera is how light this watch feels. 3 miles on the Garmin. 3 miles on the Suunto. After the run, I do my usual stretch, chill, upload to Strava. Oh, and if you're on Strava, I share more of the behind the scenes there, so come find me, I'll link it in the description. So side by side, these are pretty dang close on this first easy run. The next few days were like a mix of some minor flops and also discovering some really delightful features, all while exploring a brand new city. Now the battery life is getting closer to the halfway point, and you should know that the watch has maps, but I'm gonna show you what we're working with. Just know that we still had to use our phones, and luckily my girlfriend saved us.
I'm your human GPS. I could navigate myself.
Now the watch doesn't give you full-blown maps with street names and landmarks. Instead, it gives you this. Right here, babe. This is the halfway point. Look, this is
Oh, to take you back?
yeah, this is like their type of GPS. Literally a little dotted line showing where you've been and where to go back. It's like retracing your steps in the sand, and you could see where you've walked, but there's no big map to tell you what's ahead. But honestly, if this were a trail or a hike, I'd probably be toast just because of my sense of directions. But let's quickly jump into utility features. I believe every Suunto watch is gonna have Find My iPhone, so if you can't find your mobile phone and it's within Bluetooth range, you just tap your watch and bam. Damn, that's where it is. So you're not gonna find a built-in flashlight, but you do get a screen flashlight. And you're also not gonna have contactless payment system. And honestly, those are pretty minor inconveniences because at this point, I was like sold on the watch. Until... Three things to do on this trip. First, see a friend. Second, run 11 miles. And third, see the new Superman movie. You know how traveling just makes your hands busier? You're holding things, bags are everywhere, so I lean on my watch for notifications. As long as your phone's nearby you in Bluetooth range, you're gonna get all your notifications on your wrist. Instagram DMs, text message, Strava kudos, everything. So that's good. What's not so good is like how they're presented to you. Let's pretend we don't see the 200 plus notifications for a second. Instead, see how the little app icon shows you where it's from? Now that's Facebook, this one's Pinterest, and yep, that's a text. But here's the thing, by default, half the apps won't even show their icon, they'll all just use the same generic text bubble instead. An example, this is Reddit, this one is Strava, and this is Shopify. And maybe this won't bother you, but for me, like missing half of the app icons is a bit of an inconvenience because I'm like literally trying to figure out like where it's coming from. Oh, and the emojis, they show up like this. It's actually kind of surprising because when you hop into the app, it's one of the most simplest, more polished, and stable apps out there. Like first of all, it has customizable widgets. You'd be surprised other apps don't. The homepage, it gives you a clean monthly overview. If you simply swipe right, you get your health stats. And if you scroll down, you see your activities. The app's gonna feel very minimal, but it makes you feel like you're not drowning in data, which could be good or bad. For example, take strength training. Yesterday, I meant to record it, but my battery on the watch was at 3%, so I had to charge it. Now, despite traveling, I'm feeling pretty good, so I'm gonna grab a lift in. One thing about this watch though is that it has recovery metrics that come in clutch, especially like while you're traveling. Currently, I'm 77% recovered. If you scroll down, you'll see why. It looks at my 7-day HRV, my sleep, and TSP. And as long as you're around 0, you're in balance and ready to perform. But as always, listen to your body first, and then your watch second. And for cross training and lifting, it covers the basics. So don't expect fancy stuff like auto exercise detection or a rep counter. You'll just have to do that the good old fashioned way and count your own reps. 15, 16. Today is my longest run with the Suunto watch, 11 miles around this lake. And at this point, the watch has almost every running feature I would want, well, except one for me. Maybe it's user error, but I can't get my runner workouts onto this watch. Now, some people might not care, but Run is a pretty popular app. It's literally what's getting me ready for the Berlin Marathon in September 21st, which is literally 2 months away. And what it does is it customizes plans for you and it makes adjustments to them as you go. Which is why I had to get to the bottom of this. Was it the watch or was I the problem? So I hit up Suunto support and surprisingly they replied. Now, was it a real person or a chatbot? No clue. The first reply did feel like a copy and paste. I wasn't satisfied, so I sent them a screenshot. And yes, it does say incompatible, but I've seen other people use Runna with Suunto, and that's when this reply came in. So maybe it's not a bot, but I did have one final question. And now we know. That being said, entering the workout manually was super easy. It took me like 2 minutes. The run, on the other hand, that took me a lot longer. And now, after half a month of using this watch, 2 thoughts hit me. First, if this is their budget watch, and overall it's been a pretty solid experience, not just working out, but also outside of fitness, I'm honestly itching to try one of their high-end ones. And second, I didn't know that Suunto made more than just watches. They've got headphones and heart rate straps, and if you bundle them with a watch, you can get like 50% off, so it's definitely worth checking out. And Suunto, if you ever want to send me a flagship watch, I'll proudly rock it at the Berlin Marathon.